Hi everyone, this is Dr. A, your friendly neighborhood pediatrician, and I was just passing by the streets of TikTok and I wanted to shoot this video to parents of young kids. So I just really want to emphasize because everybody's talking about the ban of the dye and everyone is excited about it, the red dye number 3. I mean, I think we've all been asking for this to have happened a while ago. And not just that, we have so many other dyes that are in food that we know they're just not really good for our health, and tend to be more in the American diet compared to other countries. Now, I lived in London for about 6 months to 8 months, and I remember that when I was living in London, when I would go to their McDonald's and their and all the stores, right? I'm trying to think of another place where I liked, maybe Burger King. I can't remember. We're talking about many years ago. At least, if I say it now, people feel like I'm old. Over 19 years ago, at least I'm sure of that. So when I would go there to get food, there were normal size portions and there were things that you could just have, and they were really like snacks. They were just like fast foods, just a real name. So like imagine we do eat at home, but occasionally when we're rushing and we can't afford to have time to sit down and eat, someone has an interview, someone has something to do, then we go and buy some of this food. It really had that fast food nature. We're just passing by. It's just something we're doing because we don't have an option. But I found out that it's not quite the option. When I got to the US, I found out that it's one of the ways people eat is just to eat fast food. And of course, with the American law system and the FDA and all that, we have a lot of things that are necessary in preserving our food because it's a staple part of our diet in this country. So it looks as though the companies have perfected ways to maximize profits and things like that. Anyway, so I wanted to say back to the young parents that have younger kids. If your baby is about 6 months to 9 months, my advice as a pediatrician is just stay clear of all these foods with coloring and all those crazy things. I can tell you, even by thinking about my kids, that are older, what you feed them is what they begin to expect. So if you feed them with a lot of sugar, and especially when it is added sugar, they tend to have a sweet tooth. If you feed them with things that are healthy, the kids just tend to like that. And 6 to 9 months old, their primary food should be the breast milk or formula. So food is play. I mean, I'm talking about the natural food, the one we eat as adults, is for play, just for them to know what it tastes like, and it's more a developmental milestone. And so if you start giving them all those foods with the dyes and all that, we're just exposing our children to too much of junk. Let's just say that. So there's a lot of controversy about now that those dyes are now banned, what's going to happen to all of us that have consumed a lot of them over time. I say, well, just continue to be careful with your health. Look out for things. It does increase the risk of cancers in rats and mice that were studied, but there are other things that increase the risk of cancer. Smoking, drinking alcohol, living an unhealthy life, not exercising, too much sugar, fortunately, and many other things. And so I don't want you to just cry and say, oh my God, I've ingested this dye that they now have banned. Maybe you should think about cutting down sugar. That is another risk factor. But until I come your way again, don't forget the reason why I came. Bye.